Well, hello and good morning from my deliciously gorgeous art channel. And today I have been asked to draw Susie's dog. Right. Well, since I've never met Susie and she didn't send me a picture, I'm going to have to use my telekinetic transmogrifying brain to send the image from Susie to me. So, let's draw Susie's dog. See you in a minute. Right, well, let's find out what Susie's dog really looks like. We're back onto the A4. I did get a lovely message from Elisabetta about the A5. Let me just show you for you don't know, A4 and A5, so it's quite a bit smaller. It takes the same amount of energy to draw it, which is the strange thing. It takes the same amount of energy. It takes the same amount of ink. I'm not sure what happened there. So you'll get a good deal, is what I'm trying to say. Right, let's get a nice big kind of, a big bendy dog line. Oh dear, okay, all right. I quite like that. Right. So that's what the shape of her dog is going to be like. And right, let's get in there and let's put this dog together. Let's start off with some kind of ear. I'm feeling particularly messy today, so be careful. It's got an eye. Of course it's got an eye. Her dog has an eye. Okay. He's got lots of baggy eyes. He's got lots of wrinkles. And that almost looks like a smile there on the corner there, doesn't it? Doesn't that look like? And her dog has a very cute little nose. With a big doggy end to it. I actually got one of my drawings banned yesterday. Very, very confusing. It wasn't anything rude. It was just a video saying, hey, come and watch my channel. And it got banned. I'm very, very unhappy about it. That's for sure. Why do people ban art, drawing, cartoon type videos? Very, very, very bizarre. Right, well, it looks like Susie's dog only has one ear. Because I didn't put any space in to draw the other ear. So Susie's dog's only got one ear, so remember that. It's amazing how many people send me messages like that. Can you draw my dog? And then I don't get a picture of their dog, or not that I would draw their dog anyway. I'll leave that for other talented people. There's lots of great people out there that do pet drawings and such. I don't for the very simple reason that, number one, there's lots of great people out there that do it. And number two, I get kind of bored of doing the realism of it. I get bored of it. I would much rather imagine your dog, as I'm doing here at the moment. I would much rather have that creative input, that kind of imagination of something. Because I feel as I draw in this manner, I draw in a way that I don't really know myself what's going to be. And that for me is magical. I don't know what I'm going to draw until the pen goes forth and makes a line. And I love that. I love that about my style. I love that about my drawing. I love the fact that I'm as surprised as you. And I do like that. I do like that very much. Right, we've got to think of a name for this dog. Blob. Susie's dog is called Blob. So let's put a nice blob name tag onto it. And a tip, there you go, a tip for artists when you are doing a name tag or something like that. Make sure you write the name before you draw the box or the tag. Many's the time I have drawn a lovely tag and put all the detail in it and then couldn't put in Clementine or something like that, you know, whatever the dog's name is. You're lucky if the name is Bob or Blob or something like that, fine. But chances are it's not. And many a times I've done all this detail and then I couldn't fit the name in. So write the name, do the box later. Now, okay. I don't. I'm sure it's a sign of madness making myself laugh, but I was just thinking that Blob is a female dog, and female dogs have lots of breasts. That's the sound of my outside tap as it is being turned on by the workman. It's a very old outside tap, and it makes this horrendous noise when you turn it on. Now, how many breasts does a dog have? 6? I really don't know. Well, Blob has 6. And I hope Susie has learned her lesson. If you would like something drawn, do send the artist a picture of the thing that you wish to be drawn. Otherwise, they might draw your dog and name him Blob and give him 6 nipples. So Susie, your lesson has been learned. Unless it actually works out that I'm correct and her dog is called Blob and has 6 nipples. Wouldn't that be funny? But still a very lovely dog nonetheless. So a lot of people have been asking about how I'm going to be selling the artwork. And the artwork, there was a lot of discussion about it last time, and I think the consensus was that it is only fair if it's done in an open thing like eBay or something like that, where people can actually have a chance to buy it, because I might put it up for £10 and you might be able to buy it for £10, but if somebody else wants it, they'll pay £12. So, you know. Which I kind of agree. Also, I'm much happier having £12 than I'm having £10. And in most cases, money doesn't mean anything at all to me. I absolutely hate the subject of money. It really is one of those horrible words, to be honest. But in this case, as you well know, I'm having my roof fixed, and the workmen are here playing with my taps. So that money is needed. Sad to say, but so I think eBay is probably the fairest way. And you know, last time it was quite well put together. I think only one person in the end didn't pay. Everybody else was very wonderful, and that's why there was 1 out of the 14 or whatever that didn't sell. And at the time I was doing these little badges, little funky doodler badges. That's the one that didn't sell. And they had a little funky doodler badge, and they were all numbered. And I thought it would be a great kind of collector's idea to give a gift with every artwork, and it was the badge. And I loved the idea. I really loved the idea. So there is a batch of them around the world. And I'm hoping when I'm rich and famous and everybody's saying, oh, Kieron's got a new drawing out and it's sold for £35 million, then you'll be able to say, well, I've got one of those badges, and I've got one of his original selling pieces. And you'll be able to sell that thing that you spent £20 on, or £10 on, or £50, whichever you spent, and you'll be able to cash it in and go and buy yourself a nice house by the beach. Because I do intend to be very successful. That's why I've done so many videos and such like that. I do want my artwork to be seen everywhere. I do want it to have a long running life. I want these in the same way that I love to look at Ronald Searle's drawings and stuff like that, and that's why they're on my wall. I have a few of them up there. I have a little signed cat by him, which is one of my valued treasures. It's a small drawing of a cat about that big, and it's got, you know, best wishes, blah blah blah, Ronald Searle, and I absolutely love it. And that's one of the great joys of art. And I would love for somebody to, in the future, to have one of my drawings on their wall and say, ah, that would be fantastic. So that is my plan. I'm hoping that my artwork will grow in popularity to a ridiculous size. I really do. And I hope that every piece of artwork that I do becomes valuable for people. It is already valuable to me, you know. That's why generally I don't sell my drawings. I've got hundreds of drawings all over the place. Look. Some are like A2, some are like, you know, I have a lot of A2, but huge big drawings. And they're very important to me. That's why I don't sell. I don't know. Yeah, I know. I can hear you. I know. You need to sell them, Kieron. I know. Yeah. How are you going to make any money if you don't? Yeah, I know. But they become moments. They become like this is, you know, it's a moment. It's something special. And the videos help to make it special. The videos help to kind of capture every mistake and every memory and everything that's about this. It captures this whole feeling. And that's something that I really, really value. I massively value that these videos have been shared. That's something very special for me. Oh, I was writing my name, wasn't I? That's why I talk. I don't write scripts or anything. I don't know what I'm going to talk about, and I don't know what I'm going to draw. And I feel that's what makes the video. It's telling so much truth. This is telling you that I'm drawing Susie's dog, and I'm talking about all my life things and such, and I'm sharing whatever's in my mind, whatever's in my head at this point in my day, whether it's a good thing, whether it's a bad thing. I'll leave for you to judge. But each video will not be the same. Every single video will have a different dialogue. Every single video will have a different style of drawing. And that, for me, is what is special. What is original about my channel is that every day is different. Every single moment is different. And that for me is something, you know, I would love to have one of these videos to be Ronald Searle. For me to watch him in his day, drawing his drawings and talking about his life. What a treasure that would have been. I don't think I ever saw an interview or anything with Ronald Searle, except for one. The only interview I ever saw with Ronald Searle was the one that the BBC put out when he had died. And he was sitting there and he had a couple of glasses of champagne, as he always did, apparently. I don't know. But apparently he would drink a lot of champagne as he did his drawings, making his day a very unique experience. And he talked about his drawings, and he talked a little bit about being in the war. He drank champagne, and that was it. That's all that was said. So for me, I would have loved to have had a day in the life of Ronald Searle, and we could have seen his studio, seen what he was drawing, seen what he was working on at the moment. Lemon tea. My own homemade lemon tea with ginger and cloves and honey and lemon. Lots of lemon. And I make my own tea. I put it in a big pot. And I would love to have known what he was going through in his day. What, you know. So I'm hoping that one day, I'm hoping one day, somebody will pull these videos out and say, wow, now we know what he was doing. So, Susie's. Susie's dog called Blob with 6 nipples. There you are. What more could you want in a day? Susie's dog. And I hope this video finds you well, and I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope you do some drawing today. Right, so that is today's drawing. It's Susie's dog, and we kind of transmogrified it into my brain and put it on paper, especially for her. Well, not especially for her, but it was her request. So that is one of the drawings that will be in this kind of auction of sorts. I think I'll put about 10 drawings maybe at the beginning and see how it goes, see how popular it is. Have a beautiful day. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And I will see you again very soon for lots more drawing. Have a beautiful day.